Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. It's Sunday. We're hitting 5 different parks. This is the first one. And we're also talking about a tale of woe. And it looks like our friends at AuthenticWatches.com are at it again. If you haven't seen the first video I made about them, link in the description. But I tell you what, if I had some money to buy a Rolex with, I wouldn't be heading there, because I've heard stories that make me a little uncomfortable. And we're going to be talking about, another situation with them. All right, so a buyer, and by buyer I mean a customer, out of the Middle East, UAE, purchased a Datejust. It was Datejust 2, silver dial with diamonds, and brand new piece. I mean, that's how it was listed. It came box, no papers, but their guarantee of authenticity. And I will give them this. They do send authentic watches, but here's the problem. He didn't get what he paid for. It seems Authentic Watches pull their signature move, the bait and switch. You see, what he ordered and what he paid for was a brand new watch. And you got to be careful, because when you look at the pictures that they use, they don't take pictures of the actual watches. They just use stock pictures. That's a huge red flag. But that's what he ordered. And he also wanted a watch that ran and didn't come with a broken clasp. What he got was a watch with mechanical issues. We'll talk about those in a minute. But one that came with a broken clasp. The little flip lock part on the clasp was completely off the clasp. It was broken and it was just stuck in the box. And he took it to RSC, and also around that time it stopped winding. Now keep in mind that this is supposed to be a brand new watch. That's what he paid for. And here it comes with a broken clasp and it won't even run. And what RSC lets him know is that it's been polished by a third party, and it's been worked on, and there are aftermarket parts in it. There's a clamp that's aftermarket, and the mechanical problem is a loose screw. So you pay for a brand new watch, and you get one that's been polished by a third party, worked on, with aftermarket parts. Can it get any worse? Well, yes, it could, because if he sends it back, Authentic Watches has a 10% restocking fee. Now, this is a watch that is going to be well north of 10,000 USD. So it's going to cost him $1,000 just to get his money back for a bargain he didn't agree to. So the gentleman from UAE contacted Authentic Watches and spoke to Peter. And you might remember Peter from the previous video that I made about Authentic Watches. Again, link in the description. But I remember Peter, and they went back and forth a bunch. And apparently Peter said, send the watch back, send the watch back. And here is where the gentleman from UAE and I kind of differ in how we would approach this. He doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to send the watch back. Now, why doesn't he want to send the watch back? The reason he doesn't want to send it back is he doesn't believe they're going to accept it. Now, I mentioned that it came with a certificate of authenticity, which doesn't seem like it's worth the paper it's written on. And it also came with a sort of pseudo-official card with a signature, the model number. But it's missing a vital piece of information, and that's the serial number. And they've never disclosed the serial number. I mean, he has the watch now, so he knows the serial number, but they never gave him that information before he got the watch, apparently, and it never came at all written on the receipt or any piece of document. So he seems to think that they're in a position where they could deny that he's sending them back the watch that they sent him. And apparently they sent him a new watch, right? And he would be sending back a polished piece with aftermarket parts. So that right there is super sketchy. I mean, you would think a legitimate company, which has been around apparently for decades, would put that serial number in writing. I mean, it's either calculated or just incredibly ignorant, and they don't know what they're doing. I can't help but think it's the former because they should know better. Now, do I think that they would do that? I'm not sure. But no place was that serial number written. And so we can glean a bit of advice here, all right? Before you get a watch, try to get that serial number, all right? Especially if it's a watch in another country. And if they don't give it to you, think twice. There's no reason why they should not be giving you that serial number. It's not a big deal. You can't do anything with it. But to not ID the watch before sending it out, there's no reason for them to not disclose that. All right, so here's where we differ in opinion. Now, I would want to send it back. And I don't know if I'm being naive here. Let me know if you think I am. But I would send an email and I would try to put that serial number in writing and just say, okay, I'm going to send it back. And just to be clear, I'm sending you this watch with this serial number, right? And hopefully everything would be okay. All right. Now, it's never going to be completely okay because we're talking a 10% restocking fee, which is a total crock. But the question is, could you ever really enjoy that watch? Look, if there's a restocking fee, walk away. All right, walk away, because at best, they're going to make 1,000 or more USD off you, okay? Everything's in their favor if there's a restocking fee, okay? And it just goes to show how little pride they have in what they're selling. It communicates that a lot of people send things back, enough that they think, we're going to get something out of your ass, all right? So walk away, total jip right there. If you're faced with a dealer that has a restocking fee, basically means that they don't back their product, okay? And that's where he is. Taken advantage of, lied to, and stuck with a watch he'll never fully enjoy. He is going to have RSC do the best that they can do with it. They'll get it running and they'll be able to give it an RSC polish, but it's not a new piece. And if he was in the States, I would say small claims court all the way, but he's in UAE and there's nothing he can do, and he's pissed about it. And I would be pretty damn pissed too. So, word of warning, get that serial number if you order a watch. Avoid sellers with BS restocking fees. And if you're looking to get a watch through authenticwatches.com, I would think twice. If you have any advice for him, put it in the comments section. What do you think? It's a tale of woe. It could have been worse. He could have gotten a fake watch, but this is not what I would call a story that ended well. It just could have ended worse. Let me know what you think. Take care. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.